Path of Exile 2 is getting a massive overhaul and new content, and we are excited. No Man's Sky is handing out the next free update, and this time it's digging deep. Literally. And Warhammer 40k Darktide is turning up the difficulty in a new endgame mode. Buckle up, this week's co-op gaming news is packed. On April 4, Path of Exile 2's first massive patch goes live, packed with more content than a Loot Goblin stream stash. So first up, the Huntress. A brand new class that's all about spares, movement, and a mix of melee and ranged combat. She's got elemental infusions, bleed mechanics, and even gets to tame a beast companion. Oh, and she can summon and detonate her own spears. That's not all though. Her 2 ascensions take things to another level. The Ritualist can wear an extra ring, gets even better buffs from accessories, and can absorb monster powers for a short time. Meanwhile, the Amazon Ascension is all about seeing and targeting weak spots, diving deep into elemental infusions and life leech. Plus, she can chuck potions to restore both mana and health. So, bottoms up. Now, let's talk about the new ascendancies for existing classes. The Warrior gets the Smith of Kitava, which lets you forge your own weapons and armor on the fly. Summon weapons and even modify your base armor using skills from the skill tree. The Mercenary gets the Tactician, a master of battlefield control. This one's all about pinning enemies in place, stopping them from moving and even attacking. Additionally, he can summon off-screen archers to rain down death, as well as buffing the whole party. And for the Witch, we get the Lich, because regular necromancy just wasn't cutting it anymore. The Lich Ascendancy enhances shields by sacrificing your own life force. She can also turn one jewel into a supercharged soul container with massively boosted stats. And she goes even further, making enemies explode left and right with an arsenal of brand new curses. The new skills are game changers too. Bind Spectre lets you turn any enemy into a Spectre, so you can summon a few really strong ones or a whole army of weaker ones, depending on what you rise from the battlefield. Summon Roa finally gives us rideable mounts, and not just for travel. You can fight while being mounted, but if you take too much damage, you get knocked off, and let's be honest, that's probably going to end badly for you. Next, we've got the Asmerian Wisps, new ghostly creatures that appear in both the campaign and the endgame. These little guys buff enemies around them with animal-based powers, bears, foxes, owls, you name it. But they don't stick around forever, so if you want their loot, you'll have to chase them around the maps. At the end of the trail, there's a wisp-infused boss, and the rewards you get are based on how many powered-up enemies you fought along the way. Expect some interesting new gear mods coming from these encounters. Speaking of maps, we are getting at least 8 new ones. One is focused on Asmerian Wisps, another throws 10 waves of increasingly brutal boss fights at you, and there's an Essence-themed map as well. There's a lot more, but the bottom line is more places to die, more places to loot. And then there are Rogue Exiles. These are basically pseudo-PvP encounters, where the enemies fight like actual players. They've got gear, skills, and way smarter AI than your average monster, which means you can't just spam one button and expect to win. They also drop special loot, so yeah, you're going to want to fight them. And successfully at that, because if you die, they lose interest and teleport away. Endgame is getting a shake-up too. Instead of sending you into a mindless grind, you now have an actual objective, cleansing corrupted maps. Death in the endgame also works differently now. You get 6 total attempts per map, but the more modifiers you stack, the fewer respawns you have. If you're playing in a party, everyone gets the same number of respawns. During boss fights, the party leader gets to decide on the respawn of the whole group. Also, pinnacle bosses no longer grant XP. But on the bright side, you don't lose any XP when you die to them either. Towers and tablets in mapping are also getting streamlined, cutting away busy work and adding gameplay. Fewer towers are available, but instead of 1 tablet, you get to infuse up to 3 into them. Tablets have now stronger impact depending on their level. A level 15 tablet, for example, has 4 times stronger modifiers than before. Also, unique tablets with game-changing modifiers can now be found as well. And because Grinding Gear Games loves to throw in extra goodies, here's the rapid-fire list of additional content. 4 new unique strongboxes, over 100 new support gems, over 100 new unique items. This time they promise they are actually exciting. Rune tiers are coming to let you roll higher tier modifiers. Reliquary keys are being added as special rewards for unlocking bonus chests. The new crafting system, Recombination, lets you merge 2 items together to create something totally new, which sounds like either the best thing ever or a recipe for disaster. Or probably both. We can't wait to check out this huge update on April 4th. What is your favorite change? Move over Indiana Jones, there's a new relic hunter in town, and this time the treasures aren't in ancient temples. They are scattered across the entire galaxy. No Man's Sky's latest update, Relics, lets you dig up alien fossils, build bizarre skeletons, and battle stone guardians that make boulder traps in temples look like child's play. One of the coolest new features is the ability to collect and assemble fossilized remains. Imagine piecing together an ancient alien life form from scattered bones. Rib cages covered in plates, spiked limbs, massive skulls of long extinct species. You can mix and match fossils to create unique skeletons, meaning no 2 exhibits will look the same. And once you've assembled your prehistoric masterpiece, you can sell it to collectors in space stations or trade bones to expand your collection. It's time to become the galaxy's top fossil dealer. But it's not just about digging up the past. Some things don't like to stay buried. Massive stone guardians now watch over these ancient fossil sites, ready to throw you out if you get too greedy. These towering animated rock creatures slumber beneath the surface, only to awaken when they sense a disturbance. So if you want those rare bones, be prepared for a fight. And speaking of fight, if you're lucky, you might even meet the new Titanic bone worms. Rare skeletal worms roaming the dunes of some worlds. Someone didn't skip their calcium. The update also introduces the Relics Expedition, where you and the community can work together to recreate extinct alien creatures. By joining the Galactic Paleontology Society, you'll embark on a mission to uncover secrets that have been hidden for millennia. Who knows what strange species once roamed the planets? And of course, no update would be complete without some extra goodies. There are new cosmetics, recipes, and even fossil-themed companions to match your newfound obsession with prehistoric discoveries. Plus, a bunch of bug fixes and gameplay improvements make exploring smoother than ever. If you thought Warhammer 40k Darktide couldn't get any more intense, think again. The latest free update, Nightmares and Visions, is here, and it's throwing players into a psychic battleground where survival is anything but guaranteed. Available now on Steam, PS5 and Xbox Series, this update introduces Mortis Trials, a brand new wave-based mode that pushes players to their limits. These aren't just endless waves of enemies, though. Each trial is different thanks to randomized encounters, special buffs called indulgences, and a roguelike structure that keeps every run fresh for you and your 3 friends. Indulgences let players tweak their playstyle with different buffs. The longer you survive, the stronger these buffs stack, turning players into absolute killing machines until the next wave slams you back into reality. The update also brings a major rework to Havoc mode. If you haven't tried it before, it's basically Darktide's answer to absolute chaos. Stacked mutators, ridiculous enemy modifiers, and no mercy for the weak. The refreshed version cranks things up even further, making it a true endgame challenge. And if all that isn't enough, the new in-game event, A Day at the Theater, kicks off on March 25th. Completing sets of waves in the Mortis Trials will earn players resources like Ordo Ducats, Plus Steel and Diamantine. Survive long enough and you'll unlock a special cosmetic insignia, because nothing says "I barely made it out alive" like a shiny new badge. Oh, and if you haven't picked up Darktide yet, now's your chance. It's currently 50% off on Steam until April 8th. Last week, we discussed some upcoming features for V-Rising fans, and now we also have a date. The Invaders of Oakvale patch 1.1 drops on April 28. Introducing the Oak Vale Woodlands biome, the venomous serpent queen Megara and her deadly venom blades. Get ready to wield new weapons like claws, twin blade and throwing daggers, and explore fresh spells and combat overhauls. A huge free update is soon arriving in Monster Hunter Wilds. Over several weeks, starting April 4th, players can enjoy new monsters, the Grand Hub, an arena mode, and the Blossom Dance Festival. If you want to hear and see everything in detail, head over to our video covering everything coming to Wilds. Orcs Must Die Death Trap's Arcane update brings Gabriella, the legendary war mage, back into the fray. Unlock her by finding her scepter in the Order Fortress. Battle through 6 new maps, deploy traps like the Beehive and Orc Cannon, and face the explosive, unstable Orc enemy. The update also includes numerous gameplay adjustments based on player feedback. Lastly, Black Desert Online's Ataraxian last chapter is now live. Team up in 5-person co-op squads to defeat the final boss of Orsikia and conclude the Ataraxian saga. Enjoy event quests, special rewards and permanent challenges, including exclusive commemorative furniture for each of the 4 dungeons. And that's a wrap for this week. We'll see you in the next one.